Just inches beneath the diamond-clear waters of the Red Sea in Egypt, we found an ancient part of the world that may not exist much longer. Look at this. The school seems to take the form of a larger fish, if only for a second. As soon as I got out of the water, I had to share what I saw with an oceanographer who could explain what this world is all about.
It was astounding. I couldn't believe what I was looking at down there.
Yeah.
And it was just so many different species and so many different types of coral, and it was so vibrant and alive and just a rainbow of activity. Is this going to be gone, this thing that I saw?
We need to be on a very low emissions track to give reefs a hope. We know that on pretty much any emission scenario other than the lowest option, 97% of coral reefs will be gone by 2050.
That's less than a generation from now. Dr. Sarah Cooley is basing her grim prediction on the amount of carbon dioxide being absorbed by the sea right now. Her team at Ocean Conservancy has found the Earth's oceans are trapping carbon just like this bottle of soda water does. It's held as carbonic acid in the water itself, and that keeps us from getting too hot up here, but does a number on the coral reefs down there.
The majority of coral reefs are not cut out for the conditions that we will experience later this century. There are some resilient reefs. There are some resilient strains.
Marine scientists say this part of the Red Sea, known as the Gulf of Aqaba, is where coral reefs have the best chance to survive as the oceans heat. But the protections here were formed over centuries of evolution. The rest of the world doesn't have that kind of time to adapt. The more carbon that goes into the air from industrial farming and cars idling in parking lots, the more the ocean has to do to absorb it all.
I want to be the person kind of knocking on their window saying, can you turn off your engine? It's bad for the coral reefs. But, that's a little bit of a bridge too far sometimes. There's being sort of a wacko, and then there's being a climate wacko, right?
Here's a wacky idea that may be crazy enough to work. You're listening to the sound of a healthy coral reef, the kind that protects coastlines and brings in tourists, sustaining jobs, not to mention keeping all those fish happy.
When you have all the vibrant activity on a coral reef ecosystem, it's a noisy place.
Marine biologists around the world have been using underwater microphones to record these sounds.
Your data will then be used to train computers to listen for fish sounds automatically.
The vision is to have hundreds and thousands of mics and mic up the sea.
The next step is simple. They place speakers next to struggling reefs and play back the good stuff. An acoustic invitation to the underwater party.
You might attract some attention from passersby in the ocean, but if they're not going to find their preferred species to be neighbors with or their preferred foods, they're going to move on.
But it is working on reefs in Australia, the Caribbean, and the Philippines. The artificial intelligence is still in the process of learning which sounds coral reef animals like the best.
When we play those sounds back at areas that we're trying to restore, we call in the next generation of animals that come and make it their home.
It's almost like these coral reefs are saying, "Hey DJ, you're playing my jam." In the Red Sea in Egypt, Dave Malikoff, The Weather Channel.
Wow, that was really fun to work on. It was 7 hours in the Red Sea. Then we went inside the Great Pyramids of Giza. But I really want to point you to this. Tutankhamun's tomb and the weather. How is modern equipment used to solve a 3,000-year-old problem? Click on the video and we'll show you.